Hello everyone, this is your friend from Naruto Audio Fanfics, and we are back once again with a brand new fanfic. Which is what if Naruto was neglected by his parents and sister and chose to walk his own path? Naruto times Hinata times Sakura times Ino times Tenten times Tamari times Kurenai times Anko times Tsunade times Shizune times Mei times Konan times Yugito times Samui times Karui times Fu times Kushina times Makoto times Ayame times Hana, Harem, Part 4. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to hit the like button, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Naruto fanfics like this. So without wasting any more time, let's start today's fanfic. You see right now my grandfather, who has always been a role model to me, is right now in the ICU, but he has been pronounced brain dead just a little while. So, we are pulling the plug on the machines that are only keeping his body alive. Now I know this means nothing to you guys, but I just want to dedicate my writing to him in something that I wrote, and right now this is the only thing I can make public. Now I won't give his name or anything, but I just wanted to say this to actually accept that the man who made me who I am now will be going to heaven in just a little while. Now I am sorry for upsetting all that read this part, but I just wanted to say it. But for all of you who still have your grandpas, make sure you let them know how much they mean to you. For I know that most of fanfiction probably isn't older than 20. Now good night everyone, and remember to not forget to be grateful for your family, young and old. Start of chapter. Hey guys, I now have a break, so I have plenty of time to write unless I get lazy. Still, I am surprised about the word count of this story. I mean, it is already up to 70,000 words. Anyways, so far the pairing is Naruto, my Megumi, femme. Haku should have always been a female in anime, Narumi, and before you ask, I don't know who else I will get, but it probably won't be too many more, if any. I mean, I probably have to put Natsui in, but she is really the only one I really need to put in. Though Ayame could be another. I will think about it. I mean, I could always cut the chunk with her love out. I mean, it didn't really flow with the chapter much anyway. Oh, well, things for me to think about. Clearer statement. Harem. My Megumi, Haku, Narumi. EX Saint Remi Lee. Possible additions: Natsui, Hinata. Possible additions: Ayame. I don't own Naruto. Chapter 18. Normal talk. Normal think. Demon talk. Demon think. Plus Tsunade and Jiraiya plus. The two Sanin and their Anbu escorts finally made it back to village. We finally made it back home, Jiraiya told the group with a happy sigh. Yes, we are here now, let's go see what Frog Boy wants. Tsunade said, obviously not really liking the man. Tsunade, you know Minato is our cage and you must show him respect. Jiraiya scolded her when he heard her. Yeah, I am going to respect someone who used one of my students. That is diffidently going to happen. Tsunade angrily told him in return. Very well then, I guess Minato will deal with you the way he wants, seeing as you are one of his ninja, Jiraiya told her, obviously furious with her idea of his student. Plus Cage Tower plus. Welcome back Tsunade, I hope you will be working in the hospital as soon as you can. Minato asked her in a way that made it clear that he wasn't asking. Yes, Kage-san, Tsunade told Strain to tell him without showing her absolute hatred of the man. Okay then. You may leave, but I expect to see you at the hospital tomorrow to get your work schedule. Now you Jiraiya, I must speak with you about your next mission. Minato told him, then waited for Tsunade to leave. Okay then, I have. Minato began, then was interrupted by Jiraiya. Minato, it appears that the White Fox somehow managed to steal at least one of your signature family moves. Now, I don't know how he learned it, but they obviously stole it from us somehow during the Chunin exams. Jiraiya told him, fully expecting Minato to be furious, but instead Mineo just smiled. Ah, well, it seems we have found my long-lost Tsun, and this just proves it even more. You see, I just heard from Kiba that he smelt like my family, and now with what you just said, I think it is safe to say that he was correct. So, give this message to the Mist's cage, asking her to come to a cage meeting to confront her about it. Minato said, still keeping the smirk he had since before he began his explanation. Course, this gave Jiraiya a similar smirk as well, as he quickly grabbed the scroll and left the room. I will make you come back to this village if it is the last thing I do, boy. I need you under my thumb, especially with how much political pull you now have. I mean, it might just be enough for me to not punish you for ruining the matchup between the Uzumaki Nakame's brat and the Uchiha, no, you still need to work extra hard to make that up for me. I mean, we have to make sure you give that bloodline to a strong clan after all. Minato thought, already planning what he was going to do with his son. Plus Mist Village plus. All of the Anbu walked around the Chunin group where Mai and Naruto were standing, and Megumi was being carried by the insistence of Naruto. Ah, nearly there guys, and look, sis is here to welcome us. Mai said happily. Yay, but it still sucks that we weren't able to kill that snake bastard before he comes after any of our village again. I mean, it is our job. The Anbu captain complained. Don't worry, I am sure you will get another chance to kick his old pedophile. Naruto told the guy. Yay, but I just don't want any other village to be able to get the chance before I get him, the Anbu said. Yay, right, you know, if he came back it would end up being Mei killing him. Another of the Anbu mocked their leader. Hey, it is possible. Yay, and Kazushi sensei will be the next Kage, another one of them said, causing all of the present company to laugh. Course Mei saw this and sighed happily. It is good that we can now not worry about a failed mission or two. I mean, before the rebellion failing means died. Though now life is so much better for us. Even our Anbu as strong as they are still laugh and enjoy life. What a great era we have brought to our village, she thought happily, then finally noticed that one of the young ones wasn't walking and immediately called for the medical ninjas. Still, when they finally reached her at the gate, she acted professional and greeted the Anbu first, then turned to the Chunin team. Come with me, was all she said to them, and then turned to walk towards her office with them following as soon as they saw Haku taking Megumi for her scanning. Okay, then what happened? Mei finally asked when she sat behind her desk. Well, the squad leader began, then gave his oral report. I don't think I need to write a first-person view of what happened. I mean, you read it. Ah, well then you had no choice but let him escape. Don't worry, you will not be punished for it, seeing as you made sure that these kids came back safely. Just try not to have it happen again. Mei told them, who all said, yes Mizukage-sama, and left the room, leaving only the two Chunin remaining in the room. Okay then sis, begin your report. And so she did, leaving out the unneeded break time they had to take and leaving out her story of what happened during that week, which gave her a small tint of red. Still thinking about it, but it quickly disappeared. Okay, then you guys did exactly what was required and beyond that. Just be more careful next time. If you weren't working with Anbu you would have died. Mei told them, making both their stances droop a bit in sadness. Still, you managed to come back from a mission I normally give my Jonin, so I am proud of you for that. Mei continued, instantly bringing their happiness back. Now Naruto, how about you go check on Megumi? I need to have a small chat with Mai for a moment. Mei finished, then saw that Naruto wasted no time in getting to the hospital due to the fact that one of his precious people were there injured. So, what happened during this unplanned break? Did you guys have fun? Mei asked her sister with a knowing look that caused Mai to blush and stutter out of embarrassment. What do you mean? No, nothing hap. Mai began, but then was interrupted by Mei. Don't give me that, I saw you blush and I want to know if I have to file the marriage papers soon or not. Mei told her sister while thinking a completely different idea. Naruto, I know you are one of the best boys out there, but a boy is still a boy. So, if you were trying to pressure her into bed, I will personally kill you myself. Bloodline be damned. Course, when her sister asked this, she just blushed more inside, knowing that she was caught. Fine. No, we didn't have, but me and Naruto came close. I mean, if Megumi didn't walk in we would have, but before you ask or get too mad, I want you to know it was actually me who broke the tension of first, not him. We just continued after it was broke. Mai explained, knowing that she could trust her sister and that the Anbu already left the room when they felt that a family, girl talk, was coming. Course after that Mai was extremely red, with all of her face turned a light shade of red. But I really hope you do hurry up with those papers. This tension is killing me. She said, not realizing she said what she thought until she noticed the look on her sister's face, then instantly turned several shades of red darker. Oh, so my little sis wants some action Well, I think I could work something out, but try to hold out. I mean, I don't want you having kids before I get to. Mei said, laughing a bit at her sister's reaction to the idea of children. Yes sis, Mai managed to push out, then quickly left to cool off a bit after a heated conversation. Poor sis, you are being forced to hold back your feelings. I mean, we all know you guys are happily in love, we just can't have a bunch of young kids trying to have kids already. Though having kids does seem like a good idea, maybe I should look into having one myself if I meet the right person. May thought, then did a signal for the Anbu to come back in and sat down to start on her ever-present paperwork pile with a bored sigh starting her off. Plus Orochimaru plus. After he escaped the Anbu, Orochimaru quickly summoned some snakes to bring him Kabuto. Thought what he found surprised him. Kabuto, being extremely good at medical jutsu, usually healed himself up completely within a few minutes. Though this time, even though he had more than 5 minutes, he still looked bloodied up. So, that brat got you pretty good, Orochimaru asked with his small sadistic smirk. Yes, he did. I mean, he used some sort of bloodline move to push me and everything around me away from him. Not only that, but he did it twice, one for my lower body and one for my upper body. If it wasn't for your experiments, I would have been ripped in half. But still, even with my modified body, I still have several broken bones, internal bleeding, and several external slashes to heal. And with this amount of damage, I don't think I will be done healing for at least a few hours. Kabuto told his master while seeming to ignore most of his pain. Ah, so Foxy-kun could be of some use for me then, I will have to look into that. But for now, you just heal up as we head back home. We need to prepare for my only healing option left, a body transfer. Sadly, this also means that I won't be able to take the Uchiha's body anytime soon anymore. Orochimaru told him, but really was just vocalizing his thoughts for most of it. Then after a while, he had one of his snakes swallow Kabuto for easier transport. After all, he was still useful. You brats, an old hag may have stopped me today, but I will have the last laugh, mark my words, I will have my revenge. Orochimaru thought angrily, then used one of his special jutsus to burn his body out of the area. Same thing used when they meet Sasuke in anime, I just had to use it because it did seem kind of cool. Plus Tsunade plus. Tsunade and Shizune were walking down one of Konoha's streets planning to go see Kushina and the girls. Course Tsunade took the time to look around and noticed several shops dedicated to Minato, the man that they all followed without really knowing the true him. Course when she glanced over at Shizune again, she mentally winced in pain thinking about her loved one's relationship to the women and how close they always were. I put this small bit in just to say thanks to Forgotten Kami for telling me about the relationship between Tsunade and Shizune in a story. Finally, they made it to the complex, which was now the headquarters for some of the most powerful women in the village, and quickly knocked on the door. Which was quickly noticed by the people living inside, and they were let in quickly. Welcome, Tsunade, Shizune, Kushina told them happily. Thank you, it is good to be back, Shizune told her as they set down their things in the living room where most of the residents were currently in. So, how was your recent travels? Anything interesting happen? Kurenai asked, truly wanting to know some more about what happened to them. Ah, not much, except we fought the snake bastard again. Though we did meet this interesting brat recently. I think his name in the books is the White Fox or something, but anyways, I have to say that kid is really interesting, and a really good Texas Hold'em player. Tsunade said, then noticed the interest the others took in this boy. What is he, important or something? She asked, confused. Well, yeah, he kind of is, I mean, he is the guy that the blonde bastard forced upon Narumi. Anko told her, shocking the older women. Oh, so we should have, accidentally, got rid of them then? Tsunade asked, already planning how to get rid of them without causing too many problems. What? No, I actually like him, Narumi yelled out, then quieted down, realizing that she just yelled that out. Yay, don't worry about him. I mean, he is the first boy to manage to get into the Ice Princess Narumi's heart, and pretty soon in here as well. Anko said with a perverted smile as she then grabbed Narumi between the legs, surprising the girl into blushing even more while Narumi quickly got away from Anko. Anko, why did you do that? Narumi asked, now completely red-faced due to anger and embarrassment. Course, said girl, just put on an innocent face. What, me? I was just giving you some practice for when you have fun with the fox. Anko told the girl, feeling that was a good enough answer. We won't be doing stuff like that for a while. Narumi yelled back. Though when we do, Narumi began to think with a bit of blood dripping from her nose. Okay, then apparently Anko isn't the only one with a perverted mind then, Kurenai said, breaking Narumi out of her dream and into a state of extreme embarrassment. No, I wasn't thinking of anything perverted. Narumi tried to lie to save herself, then noticed the blood from her nose and quickly got rid of it, but she knew everyone saw it. Okay then, so I think a bit perverted, but can you blame me? I mean, I probably have the best boyfriend that is around my age. I mean, not only is he handsome, but he also is caring, loving, and famous. I don't think I will find any guy that is more perfect than he is. Narumi said dreamily. Geez, she really is head over heels for this guy that she just met. Was all the girls could think until the door opened up again, letting Hinata and Ino inside. Hey Narumi, you want to go train a bit? Hinata asked as soon as they got over, greeting everyone in the room. Yay, sure, just give me a minute to pack. Narumi told her best friends, then ran upstairs, happy to have a distraction from the previous conversation. Course that didn't stop the conversation from continuing without her. Geez, she really is in love with that boy that she just met. Well, at least she doesn't hate the person she is being forced to marry. Kushina said, obviously still upset with the forced marriage. Huh. Oh yeah, that is why she found out that Yuto is really her BR, Ino began before she was stopped by Hinata's hand. She means that he is really her type, Hinata told them, then leaned in to whisper to Ino. I don't know who she wants to know about that, so let's not tell everyone about her like of incest, okay? Course all Ino could do to answer at the time was just nod her head until Hinata let go of her. Okay then guys, let's go, Narumi told her friends happily, then ran out the door with them. It seems that Ino was going to say something else, but what? All the people left in that room besides Kushina began to wonder, looking at the door where the girls just left. Plus Jiraiya was quickly running towards the Mist Village so that he could complete his mission as fast as possible. Soon, brat, I will be able to bring you back to your father where you should have been for quite a while. Jiraiya thought happily as he finally saw the village in the distance. But then again, I could always try and find out if all girls in this village are as large as your cage, he thought with a perverted giggle. Course he was quickly stopped by the gate guards when he reached the gate. Halt, was as your name, village association, and reason for being here? The guard asked, already wary of the old man and his crazed giggling. Oh, geez, security is tight, but I guess that is to be suspected, Jiraiya thought when he noticed that there were also several other defensive seals in the gate and several ninja already reaching for weapons. Okay then, I am Jiraiya the Sannin from Konoha. I am here simply to deliver a message from our cage to yours. Jiraiya told him, figuring that it would be best to sound more official. And I want to see some of the lovely ladies here as well, Jiraiya mentally added, casually glancing towards one of the random female ninja who had a very nice look by his standards. Very well then, the seal is good, just be on your best behavior around here. We don't need any trouble around here. The second guard finally said after looking at the message scroll's seal. Thank you, my good man. Now can you please tell me who created these interact seals? I mean, this is on a level only a few masters could do. Jiraiya asked, hoping they would actually tell him. Well, they came from our resident seal master and his disciple. The guard said happily, remembering how much easier his job got thanks to the seals. Oh, and who is that? I mean, I would love to exchange seal ideas with him before I leave. Jiraiya asked, actually telling the truth. Yes, his name is Naruto Uzika's and you can find him mainly at Yoshi Market. The guard told him. Ah, thank you. Now if you would please call someone to bring me to your cage, that would be appreciated. Jiraiya said, returning to official protocol. Ah yes, of course, the man said, then called over one of the ninja that had long since dropped their guard. And with that, Jiraiya began the short trek to the Mizukage office. Plus in Mei's office. Mei was working hard on her never-ending pile of paperwork when she heard a knock on her door. Come in, she told them simply, then went right back to work. Excuse me, Mizukage-sama, but there is a man with a message from the Hokage that wishes to see you. The secretary said after just sticking her head into the office. Let him in then please, Mei told her, getting a small nod in return. She will see you now, the secretary told Jiraiya simply, then walked quickly away from the man that tried to flirt with her as soon as he came in. So, Jiraiya simply walked through the door and immediately had to fight his perverted tendencies. Damn, they really were right about her being. Must not try to grope. Must not try to grope. Must not try to grope. Jiraiya thought as he looked at Mei. Damn, it had to be the perverted Sanin. I swear if he tries to touch me I will melt his balls, political immunity be damned. May thought, then quickly hid her dislike of the perverted man by giving him a small smile. So, what is this message you have to give me? May asked, somehow managing to keep her voice sounding friendly. Oh, yes, of course, here you are. Jiraiya told her, suddenly out his self-induced trance. Thank you, May said simply, then opened the scroll and began to slowly read through the message. So, is it safe to assume that you are going to be the one to take me to Konoha? May asked him as soon as she was finished with the message. Yes, that is correct, though we also ask if you would please bring Yuto or the White Fox, as he is known to come as well, so that he can visit with his future wife as well. Jiraiya told her, faking the idea that he didn't know the White Fox's real name. We shall see, but anyway we will leave tomorrow, so please allow one of my Anbu to show you to your hotel. May told him simply, then watched as he left the room. What are you guys planning? I know that you don't care about Narumi that much, so you can't want him there just for the reason you told me. Though I guess I could bring him and just place Anbu around them just to appease them for now anyways. May thought, then quickly went to inform her secretary that she would be taking a small break. Naruto. Naruto was happily watching the shop with Mai while his adopted dad and sister were out at the park for a birthday party. It is nice to finally be home. It is just too bad Megumi can't be with us right now, Naruto said, relaxing in a chair behind the shop's counter. Yay, but the doctors told her to stay there for a day just to make sure she is okay. There is nothing we can do about that. Besides, it is only for today. Mai told him, but seemed just as worried as Naruto. I know we just are usually together. But oh well, we might as well enjoy some time with just the two of us for now, though I will have to spend a day completely with her too just to keep it fair. Naruto said, and then they both began to just talk and joke about random things, basically just enjoying each other's company. Course May managed to walk in right when they were kissing, so they failed to notice her walking in. Am I interrupting something here? May asked, obviously suggesting something. This of course caused them to quickly separate, blushing heavily. No, we weren't doing anything, May-chan, Naruto quickly said, extremely nervous because he was remembering her threat. May, I would never force myself on your sister, please don't melt my balls, Naruto practically begged with his eyes. Hey sis, sorry, we were just kissing a bit and didn't realize you came in. That is all, we weren't planning to do anything else. Mai told her. Sis, I swear you come in at the worst times. If you didn't show up we might have been able to. What the hell am I saying? Am I really nothing more than a horny girl? Whatever, I guess I just need to ignore it or just get married to him earlier. Mai thought with a blush. Okay, good. Naruto is still too afraid of my threat to actually try something, and my sister is, looking over at him with lust in her eyes. Just great, I don't need to worry about Naruto, but I have to worry about my own sister trying to get. Whatever, with the way these two love each other, I think it is pretty safe to say they will be getting married, so I guess I can't stop them forever. May thought with a sigh. Whatever, now I just came to tell you that I am taking all three of you to Konoha with me for a meeting so you can visit Narumi. And yes, I plan on telling Megumi as well, so don't worry about that. Now see you tomorrow bright and early in my office. May said, then quickly walked out of the shop. Well, that could have gone worse. Naruto said, simply only getting a nod in return. Course, right after they said that, they heard the door again and this time saw an old man who could only be Jiraiya the Sannin. Hello sir, what can we do for you today? Mai asked politely. Yes, I just came to look through your seals, Jiraiya told them truthfully, then went over to examine Naruto's work. The kid has quite a bit of talent. I mean, his skill is right up there with me and Minato, though this isn't the real reason I came anyways. I actually came just to check to see if it was actually the traitor brat, and I have to say he does look like Naruto. Okay, so the Inuzuka and Minato were right, that brat truly belongs to Konoha. I mean, he was born there and there he should have stayed. Jiraiya thought with a bit of anger until he remembered where he was and quickly grabbed a few seals to buy and left after buying them. Okay, then I guess he wasn't a problem, but I guess I will have to dress up again because we are going to Konoha again. Naruto told here, speaking his thoughts out loud, seeing as after he said that he just began to mumble out ideas. Naruto, just don't worry about it, we will just go to where Narumi is living and just spend our time there. I mean, we probably won't be there too long. I mean, it is not like anything bad is going to happen. Mai told him, trying to get him to calm down a bit. That is just what I am worried about, Mai-chan. I just can't shake the feeling that something bad is going to happen. Naruto told her, still trying to figure out why he had the feeling. Mai, Naruto, Mai, Megumi, Haku, and the Anbu guards were all waiting for Jiraiya to show up at one of the gates. Ga, when is that perverted old man going to show up? Mai asked, obviously sick of waiting. How about I go look for him? Naruto told her, slowly backing away from his close to rampaging girlfriend. Course, when no one stopped him, he ended up looking around for the man, going off what he already knows about the man. So, after a few minutes of searching, Naruto ended up hearing weird laughter near one of the many sauna areas their village had. No way, there is absolutely no way he would forget about a cage to look at girls. I mean, no one is that perverted, right? Naruto thought, then proved himself wrong when he looked around the area of the hot spring and saw a large mass of white hair. Unbelievable. Naruto thought, then hanged into a Anbu and quickly went over to the man. Oi, what the hell are you doing? Not only are you being a hopeless pervert, but you didn't even bother to transport our cage to your village. How dare you? Naruto told the pervert, who jumped a bit out of surprise, then quickly looked at the hidden kid. Is it that late in the morning already? Ah, well, sorry, I had to get some research done for my next book. Well, sorry, I can't talk right now, I have to be somewhere. Jiraiya told him with a small laugh, then quickly ran from the area towards the meeting point. So, Naruto quickly let go of his jutsu and followed Jiraiya to the gate. Moments later, Naruto reached the gate and Jiraiya still wasn't there. Did you find him? Mai asked, simply getting a nod as answer. Okay, then before he gets here, just make sure you know that you are Yuto now, Naruto, and you two girls make sure you say that name as well. Because we all know that you two did such a good job at that last time. Mai told them, making both of the girls blush a bit out of embarrassment. We won't tell anyone that doesn't know already. Naruto told Mai. Then Jiraiya finally showed up. Sorry for the wait, Mizukage, I was held back by final business I had to take care of. Jiraiya told her, hopping that she would buy it, which of course made Naruto hate him even more. Lying bastard, was all Naruto thought about him, and then they left to begin their trip with Naruto glaring at him the whole time. Course, they eventually made it to Konoha and quickly went through the gate after going through the process and split up. Jiraiya, Mai, and the Anbu went to the meeting between the cages, while Naruto and the girls went to find what Narumi was doing. Well, where should we go to search? Naruto asked Mai and Megumi. Well, I guess we should just check the shopping area first. I mean, who doesn't love to shop on their days off? Megumi told him happily. Are you sure you just don't want to go there to shop? Naruto asked her, seeing through her story. Course, Megumi just laughed a bit while rubbing the back of her head. He, I was found out, she told him with a small smile. Whatever, I guess we can go anyways. Naruto said with a shrug, then walked with them to the shopping area. Plus Narumi plus. So, guys, how about we go get that cute new hair tie that went on display recently? Ino asked happily as they walked around the shopping area. Sure, though I don't know why you need it, I mean you already have what you called the perfect look already. Hinata told her friend. Well, where would I be without the latest stuff, though we need to stop a good store for some underwear for Narumi to show off to her loved one. Ino said, the now blushing girl in the side. Ino, we are nowhere near that part of our relationship. Narumi told Ino, still blushing. Right, well, I am sure that you want to be prepared just in case you get some lubing sooner than you think. Ino told her, dragging her into the shop. Wait, us girls had a meeting and decided that we won't do stuff like that until we are married. Narumi told them, still trying to escape from the two smiling girls. See, you are already talking about it. Ino told her happily, then began to look through the ills without a care in the world. Well, I don't think I am going to get out of this. Oh, well, I guess I might as well get some, I mean it won't hurt to be prepared. Though I wonder when I will see him again. I mean, I need some more personal time with my true love. Narumi thought, then began to look around the store finally without blushing. Narumi, how about we try to get this seal off or weakened enough for me to come out and enjoy him as well? I mean, I should be able to be with him as well. Besides, I already know that he has more than enough for all of us. Natsui told the girl with a perverted grin. Nata-see. I really don't need to hear this right now, Narumi complained, starting to blush again. But anyways, seeing as Naruto is so good with seals, we will see what we can do, but it will probably have to be something that lets you out partially just to make sure the negative problems caused by tampering with the seal to be as small as possible. But don't worry, we will find a way to free you. Narumi told her with a smile. Very well, just do it as soon as you can. I really need to stretch my limbs in the actual world, not just in your head, as weird as that sounds. Wait, I think that Naruto is nearby. I mean, I can sense it by looking through the smells your sensory glands are picking up. Go and get him and make sure you ask about my seal. Natsui told Narumi with a smile, which immediately caused Narumi to stop browsing and quickly look around just to make sure he didn't see her. Course she then saw him and the mist girls and quickly bought what she had and walked out the store with her friends. Hey, why are we leaving so early? I wasn't done looking. I mean, what if I find someone to be with Ino complained, obviously joking, seeing as she was still a part of their club after all. Well, if you must know, I saw Naruto. I guess we should call him. Anyways, I saw him and the girls walking this way, so I want to go see them. Okay? Narumi asked while walking towards Naruto, not giving them a chance to answer. Hey Yuto, how are you doing? Narumi asked, happy to see him again. Oh, hey Normie, we are fine. In fact, we were just looking for you guys. Naruto told her with a small smile. Huh, why? Well, Mai-sama needed to come here to see the Hokage and she decided to bring us to spend some time as a giant family. Oh, well then let's let you meet my extended family then, come on, let's g. Narumi said happily and was about to drag them off until she was interrupted by a fake cough coming from Ino. How about introducing each other first, Narumi? Ino asked, finally making them notice her and Hinata. Oh yeah, sorry. Narumi apologized, rubbing the back of her head, laughing a bit. Well, this is Hinata and Ino, who were both in the Chunin exams with us, if you remember. Narumi told him, pointing at each one she mentioned. Ah, hello again, Hinata. Ino, Naruto told them politely. And for us, well, you know me, Mai, and Megumi, and this is Haku, the best medic I know. Naruto told them, proudly boasting about his girlfriend's abilities, making her blush. Hello, Ino and Hinata told them, and with that they finally went back towards the girls' apparent headquarters. The trip was rather enjoyable for all of them, just talking about random things until they finally reached their destination. Plus May and meeting plus. Mizukage-sama, thank you for coming. Now, if you would please sit down, we can begin. Minato told her, pointing at the only empty seat in the room. So, May quickly sat down and Minato began to talk again. You see, Mizukage, we have recently learned some news about my long-lost son Naruto. Oh, really? What did you find out about him? May asked, showing no emotion. Well, we have found out that he went into your jurisdiction, so we were wondering if you could help us find him. Minato asked, then waited for Mai to answer. Sure, if you know where he is, I see no problem in helping you. May told him. Damn it, did they finally find out? Oh, well, he is politically with us, so there is nothing he can do about it. I would just rather this not stress our village's treaty. But whatever, Naruto has clearly proven that he is a good part of our village. Who knows, he might even replace me later on in life. No, not until he is at least 20 or 30, then he can deal with the paperwork. Wait, I guess he could use shadow clones to do some of the work, and I really could have just asked him to teach the shadow clone jutsu to me. Man, I feel stupid. Oh well, I guess I should be paying attention to this meeting for now. May thought, then refocused in on the meeting. Yes, well, you see, we have reason to believe that the white fox is actually Naruto, so if you would please just allow him to return to Konoha, that would be appreciated. Minato finished with a smile. Come on, just let me take him back and use his power for myself, Minato thought as he waited for May to answer. Damn, so that was his plan. He knew and wanted to make it into an official request. But whatever, there is no way we are going to give up one of our seal masters just to appease this village. May thought, then began the plan she and the council made just in case this ever happened. So, you are asking for one of our ninja? May asked simply. That is correct, Minato told her. What is she doing? He thought at the same time. Well then, would you please tell me if he was one of your ninja before he came to become one of ours? Well, no, he was just in school but never was an official ninja. Well then I am sorry to say this, but due to the fact that he willingly became one of our ninja and never was your, he is now a legal part of our village. So, unless we banish him or find extreme reason to get rid of him, he will have to follow the rules of the Mist Village where he swore his loyalties to first. May finished with a smile knowing that she had him. Well yes, that is true, but it would cement our village's connection if you allowed him to come back where he belongs. Minato told her, trying to change her mind. Oi, Minato, why are you still trying to get him? I mean, he obviously belongs to their ranks and she won't give him over for any reason, seeing as one of his mates is her own sister. Sum called out, obviously not caring about the meeting very much. Yes, I agree with Sum, he obviously is happy over there. Now if you would, Mizukage, could you just have him use his real name in our village so that we make sure we don't ever take him in for questioning due to false names? Kushina told her politely, telling her a way to keep Minato from taking Naruto even after this. Yes, I will do that as soon as this meeting is over. Now if you wouldn't mind, I would like to call this meeting to an end and then stay here for 2 days just to relax a bit before I need to leave. The trip here was far too long for my liking and I want to make sure my ninja are on the top of their game to be able to protect me to the best of their ability. May told them, then calmly waited for the meeting to end. Though as soon as it ended, May quickly went to find where Naruto and the girls. Plus Naruto and girls plus. When they went into the building, all they did was go into the main lobby where Anko, Kurenai, Tsunade, Shizune and Yugo were all relaxing. Hey guys, we brought some friends. Ino told them happily, making them all notice. Oh hey Ino, Mist Ninja, why are you here? Oh, wait, you are the White Fox, aren't you? Yugo asked. Ah well, we are here because the Mizukage brought me over to see Narumi for a bit longer. And yes, I am the fox, but I really only like that name because it was based off an old friend of mine. Naruto told them with a small smile. You hear that? Even when he hasn't seen me, Natsui said happily when she heard this. Oh, so you are coming to see your future wife EH. Well, I can't say that I like the prearranged marriage, but she could get worse. Anko muttered, looking at him. Anko, are you already checking out someone younger than you? Kurenai teased the purple-haired Kunoichi. Which of course didn't turn out the way she wanted, seeing as Anko just got a mischievous look on her face and sat down on Naruto's lap. Oh, I don't know, I am sure that he has to be a lot of fun, if he can keep so my girls. Foxy-kun? Anko asked him, causing him to turn a bright shade of red. Well. Naruto stuttered, unsure of what to say due to him still being surprised that a girl would be this forward. Oh, well, what, Foxy-kun? You interested in me now too? Anko asked with a flirtatious smile. Naruto said, still in shock, thought the girls had more than enough of the Anko. Anko-chan, don't you think that Yuto has had enough of this? Narumi asked, giving her a small glare. Sigh, fine, but if you need me, you know where to find me. Anko told him, giving a simple wink in his direction. Course this alone was more than enough to make Naruto stutter out of surprise for several more minutes while Anko laughed the whole time. Course after about an hour more of talking, they finally heard 2 people walk through the door. That is weird, only Kushina-sensei is meant to come back anytime soon, so who could the other person be? Yugo asked herself, making them all curious, so every one of them stopped talking and simply waited for the 2 people to walk in. So again, sorry about the Kage's personal decision to tempt you into bringing back Naruto. I mean, he never bothered telling us his ninja council about something like that. Man, I swear there is something weird going around this village. Anyways, so how is he? Kushina asked happily, then finally realized that they were already at their destination. Ah, it is quite alright. I know how annoying people who think they own the world can be. Oh, wow, we are here already. Man, that walk is fast if you are talking. May responded happily, then finally decided to take notice of the other people in the room. Hey mom, how was the meeting? Narumi asked, sincerely curious. Oh, it went well honey, until a certain Kage of ours decided to hatch a plan without us knowing about it. I mean, I can't believe that man was trying to take one of May's ninja. The nerve. Kushina answered her daughter, not really caring about council meetings' supposed secrecy. Oh, by the way, who do we have for company right now? I mean, I don't remember seeing them before. She continued, looking at the Mist gang. Oh, this is just the Chunin team that came with the Mizukage. This is Mai, Megumi, Haku, and Yuto. The soon-to-be partial family of yours. Kurenai told, obviously still annoyed with the whole forced marriage thing. Ah, well then my name is Kushina and it is nice to meet you Haku, Mei, Megumi, Kushina said, then gave a partial bow to each one of them, then turned to Naruto with a small smirk. And Naruto, she said, shocking everyone in the room besides Mei. What are you talking about, Kushina-san? My name is Yuto. Naruto asked, fearing the worst. Naruto, it is okay, we agreed upon this. It has been made clear to the gate guards and everyone how asks that Yuto is actually Naruto. Mei told them. Very well then, yes, I am Naruto, but not the one you remember. Naruto told Kushina after letting out a small sigh. Wait, what? You mean to tell me that whole time we thought that your son was dead, he was actually living happily in another village, and even managed to not have us notice when he literally was right in front of our face? Anko yelled out in disbelief. Yup, that is basically what sis is saying. But, we would have told some people if we knew how they would react. But, we didn't, so we just kept it quiet. I mean, I don't know what our life would be like without Naruto in our village. He did save us from the Biju. Mai told the still shocked group. Wait, how did a kid manage to defeat a Biju? I mean, those things are harder to fight than the old snake bastard. Anko asked, unable to wrap her mind around the idea that a kid was that strong. I am not that strong, it was the village's ninja who fought it. I simply sealed it away for them without making them lose another person. Especially one as important as their seal masters. So, don't pin that win on me, that was the villagers themselves' accomplishment, as I have told everyone who congratulated me for beating the beast. Naruto told her, making it sound more believable. Bah, I don't know why you are so modest. I mean, if you didn't seal that damn thing, the nearest seal master we had that would easily accept one of my orders would have taken way too long to find. Which means that we would have lost more unnecessary lives in that terrible war. You are a hero whether you want to be one or not, Naruto. Mei told him with a big smile when she said the last sentence. Whatever, I will never accept that as my own victory, was all Naruto told her. Then they dropped the matter and waited for the other question they were sure to get. Wait, so Naruto is marrying his own sister? Tsunade asked, finally realizing what this new revelation meant. Yes, I am, but due to my bloodline that is okay. Naruto told her, simply due to the fact that he already had planned for that question. Huh, why does your bloodline change anything? I mean, they are hereditary, meaning that there still would be no change in your DNA similarities with her. Shizune asked, trying to find the logic in his statement. Yes, now normally that would be true, but the only difference is the way I got my bloodline. Instead of me getting it from some dormant DNA sequence from my parents, I got it from an outside source. You see, before I left, Natsui, or the nine-tailed fox as you call her, decided to give me a final present before she disappeared, because as you know it shouldn't have been possible for her soul to have been broken off from the chakra. But anyways, I am getting off topic. The point is, she wanted to give me this present, but the only way she could give it to me was to change my DNA partially. So, I quickly agreed, seeing as I preferred to keep my best friend's present rather than my family's DNA. And now if I was to get tested, Narumi, Kushina, and Minato's tests would be negatively related to me, breaking all my ties to this village. Naruto told them, deciding it was best just to tell the whole story right now rather than wait for them to ask several different individual questions. Okay, so in other words, you are related but not related at the same time? Shizune asked, confused. Yes, it makes no sense whatsoever, but yes, that is basically how it goes. Naruto told her. Now instead of talking about that strange stuff, how about we just enjoy our time here, seeing as this is basically a break for us? Naruto said happily, which was quickly agreed upon, and they all went around to enjoy the village. Okay then, so what should we do? Mai asked, seeing as they really had no idea what there was to do in the village. Well, I guess we could go to the carnival for a bit, Ino told them happily, then began to show them the way to said carnival. Well, as you can see, she can be a little bit excitable at times, Narumi told her friends while they watched Ino race far in front of them. Ah, well, we are ninja, we need to enjoy some parts of life. Now how about we go enjoy ourselves as well? Naruto told them, and then they all went to enjoy themselves. While later, each one of them had long since split up to play their own games and enjoyment. Course the only one who wasn't happy was Haku. Damn game. Haku mumbled as she yet again was unable to catch a fish with a paper paddle. Game where you see a bunch of Japanese people in animes using paper disc things trying to pull a goldfish out of the water. Which seems impossible to me, by the way. Course Haku was surprised by a sudden arm wrapping around her shoulders, so she immediately created some ice sanbon and quickly turned around preparing to punish whoever tried to touch her that way. But, thankfully she stopped just before she hit Naruto in the chest with them. "Whoa, my ice princess, it is just me," Naruto told her, raising his hands in defense. "Well, you can never be too careful, especially here where Jiraiya, the world's worst pervert," Haku told him with a small smile. "Oh, really? Well, all I do is hang out with women to perfect for me to ever be able to be worth their time, so what does that make me?" Naruto told her with a large grin that quickly made her laugh as well. "That makes you the luckiest man alive. And us the luckiest girls alive," she told him, giving him a quick kiss on the lips and snuggled closer to him. They spent a few moments just enjoying their closeness until the game runner brought them back to reality with a fake cough. "Oh, sorry about that. Now how about we win you a fish or two each?" Naruto told her, then paid for another round and placed his hand on her and began to tell her the best way to try and win this game. Which again I just don't know enough about and don't want to look up, so you fill in a lovey-dovey sense here. Course with both of them doing it together, they quickly managed to get two fish that were currently happily swimming in a small bowl. While Haku, who was holding the bowl, happily leaning on Naruto, who had his arm wrapped around her shoulder. This is nice," Haku told him happily as they walked around with no real area to get to, just enjoying the area. "Yeah, this is nice, we really should just spend more time like this," Naruto told her, agreeing completely. Course eventually they all met up again when it was dark out. "Okay, then how about we show you our village's sauna," Kushina told her newest friends, happily dragging them along without bothering to wait for their answer. Even if they would have gone anyway. "Okay, then have fun with all your friends, guys. I will be all by myself on the guy's side," Naruto told them, stating the obvious problem, their plan of going to the sauna. "Oh, so sorry. Well, I guess you could always test your luck and see if there are any girls in the combined part, because all of us are going to the girls only side. So, no pecking or we will just have to sneak a peek at you," Anko told him slyly, then left for the girls' side. Sigh. "I don't think I will ever get the being called a girl. Some are perverted, some hate perverts. I just don't think I will ever understand their species, even if I will be living with several of them," Naruto thought, then entered the men's side and was surprised to find people already inside. Sitting in the water was a bulgy-looking kid with red swirls on his cheeks, a boy with a pineapple hairstyle and a lazy look to him, and an older man that was still smoking even in the water. Still, he didn't really want to talk to them, so he just went into the spring and began to enjoy the waters until they started to ask him questions. "Hey, you are Yuto the White Fox. Wait, I mean Naruto the Lost Child," the boy with swirls on his cheeks told him, looking rather surprised. "Yes, I am Naruto, but lost I am not. I will always feel that my life is best when I am working with the mist people. So, I am not lost, by rather placed in a place that actually won't try to kill me," Naruto told them. "Not. Still, you were in our class if I remember correctly. Oh, by the way, I am Choji," the pudgy kid said, then pointed at the lazy kid who seemed to be nearly sleeping in the water, who had his hair tied back to look almost like a pineapple. "And this is Shikimari," he told Naruto happily. Course the man just sighed and mumbled, "Troublesome." "Oh, and this is our sensei Asuma, our sensei. Now Ino is on our team as well, but she obviously can't be on this side of the baths," Choji joked, laughing a bit at his own joke. Though the man he pointed to as his sensei was a black-haired man with a large beard who was happily smoking on a cigarette. By the way, if no description, simply because there is no point. If you watch Naruto, you should easily know who they are seeing, as they are the same as in the show. So, if you don't know them, then watch Naruto again and come back. It is nice to meet you guys, Naruto told them. Then they enjoyed the waters without talking too much. Plus girls side plus. Anko, why do you have to flirt with our guy? Narumi asked, complaining to her friend who just smiled at the girl. What you upset that you might have to share with me? I mean, it is not like you have him to yourself right now, Anko told her. Or are you just upset that I am forward with what I want? Anko continued, making the girl blush. Oh, quite teasing her, Anko. Mei ordered with a unserious laugh. Yay, because you never tease Mai and the others like I do. Anko told her sarcastically, making said girl just smile and rub the back of her head. Course after that they just sat down to enjoy the heated water for a while, just talking about random subjects. Which of course bored Anko after a while, meaning that she decided to hatch a plan to entertain herself. So, she slowly tried to sneak over to the dividing wall, trying to not get caught until she was close enough to it. Course she did end up being caught quickly by the rest of them. Anko-chan, what are you doing? Kushina asked her friend, already beginning to suspect that Anko was going to try something. Oh, don't mind me, I am not doing anything important, Anko lied, but made it easy for her to tell that it was one. Course in the end Anko gave up and told her the truth after Kushina began to glare. Oh, alright, I was planning to see exactly what Foxy-kun is packing. Anko told them with a lecherous grin. Anko-chan, not only does he already have girlfriends, but also his cage is right here as well. Kurenai scolded her friend. Oh, come on Kur-chan. I just wanted to see. Please, just a quick look. Anko begged, giving her puppy dog look. A look that still worked for her even though people know that she is extremely sadistic at times. Sigh. Why are you being such a pervert, Anko? Kurenai asked, completely ignoring her puppy dog stare. I am not being perverted. I just want to know if he is prepared for all these girls so they don't get disappointed. Yeah, that's it. Anko explained, still trying to walk over to the wall. Course when Kurenai heard this she could only shake her head at her friend's antics, but that was all Anko needed to race over to the wall before she could be stopped. Anko-s. Kurenai began, then noticed that her friend was frozen in place right above the fence. So, she quickly went over to the girl and saw a funny sight. Anko was frozen in place staring at Naruto, who was currently standing for some reason, though what was funny about it was the fact that Anko had a small stream of blood coming from her nose while she was drooling and giving him a look full of lust. Why is she like this? I can't believe she would just free, oh my goodness, he is huge. Kurenai thought when she glanced over, quickly getting a trail of blood coming from her nose as well. For Naruto was standing up with his 9 inches fully shown to them. Now, being a dude that doesn't want to make the number ridiculous like some stories, I feel that about 10 should be fine for this story, if not too large. Because there is no way in hell that I am going to be looking up too much information on it. If you don't like it, then just, well, I don't know, change it in your head or whatever you want to do. By the way, sorry for all of these announcements, I feel they were needed. Course after a while she finally snapped out of it and dragged both Anko and herself back over to the pool where all the girls were looking at them. Have fun? Mei asked them, laughing a bit at their faces but deciding not to ask about what they saw. Obviously Mei's question quickly brought a blush to Kurenai's face, who quickly tried to stutter out enough words to answer when Anko finally woke up and called out her answer as soon as she woke up from the trance. Holy crap, he big. You girls need to let me borrow sometime. She called out, making everyone blush a bit, but not nearly as much as all of Naruto's girlfriends, who were trying to fight off a blush that made their heads look like tomatoes and their curiosity at the same time. Though after that happened they all decided to try to forget about what just transpired and began to enjoy the relaxing waters again. Fanfiction.net. Just in. Community. Forum. V. More. Naruto. The Lost Sun by Superclass 15. Anime Naruto rated M. English, Adventure and Romance, Naruto U. Words, 155k plus, Faves, 2k plus, Follows, 1k plus, Published, October 21, 2012 Updated, October 27, 2013. 544 Chapter 20 Fun in the Mist. Hey guys, it seems I still have some people reading it that don't like it for some reason. After 19 chapter you think they would just stop reading, but whatever, they can do whatever they want. I am still going to keep writing no matter what. So, have fun people who dislike this story, because there will be several more chapter for you to flame up in the future. So, have fun now for the start of this chapter. I don't own Naruto whatsoever, and if anyone tells you I do, then they are lying to you, okay? Chapter 20. Normal talking. Normal thinking. Demon talking. Demon thinking. Talking to demon. Hey Naruto-kun, do you think it is possible to make it so Natsui can come out without killing me in the process? Narumi asked when they met up for the second and final day of the Mist Ninjas trip. Yeah, sure, but I am going to have to see the seal to actually give it a try. Naruto told her with blushing. Oh, was all Narumi said at first, blushing when she understood by what he meant. Still, she agreed to it, seeing as Natase deserved to be free even if it was only partially. So, they quickly went into a separate room where Narumi lifted up her shirt up just enough for Naruto to see the seal. And for the next hour all Naruto did was focus on copying the seal onto a scroll. Finally Naruto finished and sat down in one of the chairs with a massive sigh. Finally done. Now you can move around and get the sleep out of your limbs. Naruto told her as he began to stretch out himself, seeing as he was basically sitting without moving much as well. So, after they got up and stretched out, they quickly joined with everyone else who didn't bother questioning what they were doing, figuring they were just spending time with each other while they had the time. I will work on it when I get back to my village. And hopefully I can get it done and apply it rather quickly. But don't worry, I promise I will get it to work eventually. Naruto whispered to Narumi, who simply nodded, knowing that it would be a hard thing to, and then they quickly went with the rest of the group to enjoy the day. You know what, this wasn't that bad of a trip. I mean, I even got to talk to Kurenai again for a bit, Naruto thought as he began to walk towards the rest of the group. Flashback. Hey Kurenai, how have you been since I left? Naruto asked when they were alone a few minutes after his secret came out. Course Naruto had a smile on his face that weakened a bit when he noticed the sad look on Kurenai's face. You idiot, you couldn't have even sent me a letter. I mean, I thought I was practically your older sister. Why did you make me think that you died out in the world somewhere alone? Kurenai asked, not very happy with the blonde who was now scratching his head nervously. Sorry Kurenai. You see, I wanted to make sure I wasn't caught by Konoha Aegean, so I had to make sure that I didn't even have one weakness in my secrecy, and you know how bad it would have been if one of our letters got intercepted. But, I never did forget about you, sis. I will always love you like the big sister you are to me. Tell you what, next time you are in the mist I will show you all of my friends, okay? Naruto asked, trying to cheer her up. And cheer her up it did, seeing as he soon made her smile. Yeah, I would like to see who took care of you for this long. I really would. Now, we aren't going to be able to make up any of our fun time just stating her. Let's go see what the others want to do so we can go out and do something. Kurenai told him, smiling, then dragged him back to the rest of the group. Flashback end plus end of trip Hyuga clan house plus. Hinata-sama, Hiyashi wants to see you in his office, one of the house's caretakers told her when they saw that she was in her room. Okay then, thank you. Hinata told the caretaker politely and watched as they left her room, then quickly went to see what her father wanted. You asked for me, father? Hinata asked when she finally entered his office. Ah, yes Hinata, it has come to my attention that some people feel you are too soft to be the leader of our clan. So, the clan council has decided that you will be putting you out of your natural habitat, so to speak, and have you spend a week surviving in an unpopulated area of the Mist's land, which has already been approved by the Mizukage and the idea has been approved by the Hokage. Now of course you will be watched to make sure nothing too bad happens to you, but hopefully this will toughen you up even more. Now pack your bags, you leave with the Mist group tomorrow. Hiyashi told his daughter without emotion. What? Father, I am not weak, I mean you saw how I did during the Chunin exams. Hinata started to argue until her father interrupted her. Hinata, while you did good and I know you showed skill in it, you still were beat by Neji, which caused our clan council to deem you weak. I am sorry, there is nothing I can do. But after you complete this task I will allow you to spend a day or two with your friends in the Mist Village, if their cage allows you, that is. Hiyashi told his daughter, hoping she would understand that it wasn't his fault completely. Stupid council. Making me go on a trip because I am too weak. I swear if I ever become leader I am kicking them out of their positions and just have people I know and trust. Right now they are all just power-hungry bastards. Hinata ranted in her mind but still remained calm on the outside. I understand, father, Hinata told him without showing any emotion, then began to walk out of the room. Hinata, her father called out right before she left the room, making her stop and turn around again. I am sorry, foe, Heishi began to tell but was stopped by Hinata responding to him. I know, father, I understand. And with that she turned around and walked out the door. After she left, she quickly packed her bag and met up with the guys that she was about to travel with and quickly GJ greeted them. Hey guys, so I am going with you to camp it out. Hinata told them, though made it sound more of a question than a statement. Yeah, your father asked me and I see no problem with it. I mean, it is not like you are going to affect anything in our village in any way. Mei told the girl with a smile. Well, would you mind if I spent some time with Haku-chan, Mai-chan, and Megumi-chan after the week is up? Hinata asked, slightly going back into her old shy habits, seeing as she was talking to a cage after all. Huh, why of course you can. I mean, you probably will have to walk through my village to get home anyways. Mei told her happily. Thank you, Mizukage-sama, Hinata told her with a polite bow. Ah, just call me Mei. I mean, all my friends do. Plus, I hate all that political crap. Mei told her with a warm smile. Of course, Mei-sama, Hinata told her, still being a Hyuga, but she visibly became less stiff in her demeanor. Okay, then how about we all go say our goodbyes, Mei told them simply, then walked to the gate. And soon enough they were all walking down the road without talking too much. So, they easily heard and saw a carriage coming from a side route. And of course, seeing as they were traveling at a regular ninja speed, they quickly caught up to it and were about to pass it until they heard something that caught their attention. They all heard what sounded like a muffled yell. Now, seeing as it wasn't their area, they should have left it alone, but Mei quickly jumped onto the cart and subdued all the people she found so none could escape until she figured out what happened. Altogether they captured 6 people, 2 girls that were tied up and gagged already before they even got there, and 4 men that Mei personally knocked out and tied up. So, she decided to question the girls while they waited for the guys to wake up. Sigh, Mei, you aren't supposed to act so randomly. You are a cage. What is if something happened to you? I mean, sure, it is a good thing that we saved them, but really you need to stay safe. Naruto told her, knowing that the Anbu were probably thinking the same thing. Yay, but I still am a ninja, so I can still take care of myself. Mei told him and then went over to the girls, not even bothering to hear Naruto's next comment. Course the girls were freaking out, so she slowly walked towards them and quickly removed the gag. What happened? Was all Mei asked, then calmly waited for them to answer. Course they seemed to be a bit hesitant in talking, but in the end one of them began to tell their story. Well, you see, we were visiting our family in a nearby village and just left a little while ago. But, as soon as we left, those jerks ran at our cart and took it over. And seeing as they decided to take us with them, they probably would have done something to us as well if you didn't come and help us, so thanks for that. The girl said, then waited for Mei to talk again. Well, they seem to be telling the truth, but I guess I will have to get the guy's story as well just to make sure. I mean, even if it looks obvious, you never know what could happen nowadays. Mei told herself and then told the girls to wait a bit so she can get the guy's stories as well just in case. After that, she simply walked over to one of the guys, brought him away from the rest of the group, then splashed him with a little bit of water from a nearby puddle so she didn't have to waste water. Course the water did its job and the guy began to groggily wake up. What hit me? The guy muttered to himself when he woke up, apparently still feeling the pain Mei gave him when she knocked him out. Course after that it only took a few moments for him to realize that he was tied up. What the hell? He muttered to himself, then finally noticed that Mei was standing in front of him. What the hell? Are you trying to use me in a sadistic dream or something? He asked her while struggling to try and get the ropes of which held firmly, though the same can't be said about Mei's calmness. Seeing as she can deal with a lot, but when someone tried to make fun of her love life, or lack off once, she gets mad. So, Mei quickly stomped down on his leg hard enough to only make him feel pain but not enough to break it. Then she looked down at him with a dark shadow around her and began to order him around. Tell me what you did and planed with those girls in 10 seconds or I will make sure you feel even more pain than that, she told him, scarring the crap not only out of him but some of the people she was traveling with. Man, I don't know how she does that. One moment she is the happiest person in the world and the next moment she looks like she could kill you just by willing it. Naruto mumbled to himself, but the Anbu that were around him nodded their agreement with his statement. Oh, okay then. Well, you see, we were driving in our cart all minding our own business when those 2 girls ran up and begged us to let them travel with us, so we did. Though as soon as we were out of town they took out ropes and ordered us to tie them up as tight as we could so that they could enjoy the pain. So, we all did it and decided to take them to the next mental hospital we see when you ran up and attacked us. The man stuttered out, clearly lying, seeing as he had to pause several moments in the story to think, but May didn't do anything else to him even though he was lying. She just knocked him out again and moved on to the next one. And of course none of their stories matched up, so they were quickly disposed of by her Anbu as she went over to untie the girls. Yes, Anbu are around her at all times, I am just not putting it in, and besides she seems to be someone that does what she wants anyways, so the Anbu probably knew not to bother her but just to prep for anything in the shadows. Sorry for the wait, just wanted to hear their story as well just to make sure, Mai told the girls as soon as they were released from the ropes. Well, that is understandable, I guess, one of the girls who was now rubbing her wrists told her, who clearly didn't understand what May meant. Okay, then how about we start moving again? One of the Anbu asked, not wanting May to be out in the open for too long. Ah, don't worry so much. Nothing is going to happen with all of you protecting me, May confidently told him with a trusting smile. Then she turned to the girls again. So, where are you two going? May asked them, deciding to be a bit nosy. Oh, well, I guess we are just going to continue to our village. Wait, now I know who you are. You are the Mizukage. It is a great honor to see the women that finally showed the world that women are just as strong as men. The girl told her, going into a fangirl-like trance. Thank you, May told her, not really sure how to act around the woman who almost seemed to have stars in her eyes. Course Mai decided to finally save her sister at this moment and walked over to them. Sis, we need to bring Hinata to her location before night falls, remember? Huh, May said in utter confusion, then she realized what her sister was doing. Oh, yeah, so, sorry girls, but we need to go now, May told them, faking disappointment, then quickly left with the rest of the large group following soon after her. Thank you for the help, little sis, May told her, messing up Mai's hair a bit. You're welcome sis, but will you stop doing that? Mai complained while fixing her hair, clearly annoyed with the older lava user. Course this just made said woman smirk a bit as she got closer to her sister. Trying to look good for Naruto, huh? Trying to get a treat? May asked, clearly showing what she meant when she said, treat. Course Mai didn't answer, she just sped up a bit, blushing heavily. Which made almost everyone else in the group laugh, seeing as the only ones who weren't laughing was Naruto and Hinata, who were both too busy blushing. Naruto was blushing because the treat involved him as well, while Hinata was blushing because she was surprised May was so forward with her hinting. How can she be so forward with that? I mean, it is her own sister. Though Naruto does seem neat, and by what Enko said, no. Get rid of the bad thoughts, Hinata. She thought, blushing even more than before. I couldn't actually like him, could I? I mean, he is a good guy, but he is Narumi's. Though he can have more than one girl. Wait, no, I can't think like that. Or can I? Man, I need this time to clear my mind and actually think this stuff through, Hinata told herself, seeing as she managed to confuse herself. Course because of her thoughts she didn't notice that she was falling behind, so her thoughts were interrupted by one of her guards. Hinata-sama, are you okay? The woman asked, slightly worried about the young heiress. Why, yes, I am fine, Hinata quickly answered, still shocked out of her thoughts. Course this was all the guard needed, and they quickly caught up to the rest of the group. Plus Mist Village plus. May's group was finally made it home after dropping Hinata and her group at their designated area, and they all let out a sigh of relief. Finally we are home. Man, it seems like we have been here in years, Megumi told everyone, finally relaxing in her own safe village. Yeah, I know what you mean, it is always best to be in your own village when you relax, Mai told her friend, knowing that the rest of them felt the same way. Plus Hinata comes to Mist Village, camping over, plus Megumi, Haku, and Mai were all waiting for Hinata, one of their newest friends, to show up at the gate. Course it didn't take long for Hinata to show up, though she looked slightly worse for wear. Hey Hinata, how did it go? Megumi asked cheerfully when Hinata finally reached them. It was just annoying. Now, not trying to be rude or anything, but can I get a shower and clean clothes before we go enjoy your village? Hinata practically begged the girls. Yeah, sure, come on, I will let you get cleaned up at my house, Megumi told her. Then they all walked to Megumi's apartment. When they reached Megumi's apartment, Hinata immediately went to the bathroom to get rid of all of the much she got on her body from camping. Course the two she left at the door were left blinking in surprise right inside the doorway. Guess it was a pretty bad trip. Haku told them with a shrug. Then they all went into her living room. You see, while it still was an apartment, it was practically a house with 2 bedrooms, a full bathroom, a kitchen, and a living room. Altogether it was about the size of 4 hotel rooms. And it was all thanks to Naruto that she had all this, though she didn't know that. Naruto, with the money he got from his seals, secretly bought the place and renovated her room to basically be a house where she pays only a small amount so she doesn't find out. Now he only did this because he feared that if left to find a home for herself by herself, she probably would have ended up in a room that looked more like a hotel room than an apartment, seeing as their salary wasn't too big when she had to start living by herself. Though he didn't want them to know in case she tried to pay him back, which he didn't want her to do, so all she knew was that she had a secretive landowner who was pretty nice and also selective, seeing as only she, Haku, and Zabuza, who was Naruto's sensei, in the building. Course the real reason for that was because he wanted to make sure there wouldn't be any problems with neighbors. It only took Hinata a few minutes to just get a basic shower, seeing as it was only to get the grime off. Ah, that feels better. Thanks for letting me use your shower. Hinata told them with a happy sigh while she brushed the tangles out of her now wet long black hair. If you ask me, Hinata looks better with long hair, so she has it in this story form a young age. Just picture Sakura's hair length on Hinata. Course this made all of them curious. How was it so bad to last a week? I mean, you were trained how to do it in school, right? Haku asked her the question that they were all wondering. Well, you see, the camping wasn't bad, but the guards I had to spar and train with for several hours a day made it extremely tiring. I mean, they trained me till I passed out from chakra exhaustion 3 times this week. Hinata told them, slightly flinching when she remembered the torture she went through. Oh, well then how about we make sure these 2 days are extremely good, at least have some good memories of this time. Megumi told her, already wanting to have fun after the boring mission she just came back from the other day. Yeah, in the end, if you want, we could always have Naruto give you a chakra holding seal or training seal to help you out if you ever have to do something like this again. Mai added. Yeah, that would be nice. Hinata admitted. Hey, where is Naruto anyway? I mean, you guys are usually always together. Hinata asked them when she realized that her friends in the mist group wasn't complete. Oh, he is still on a solo mission, but he should be back tomorrow if we are lucky. But anyways, we don't need him to have fun. Let's go have some quality girl time. Mai told them, causing them all to smile and head out the door. Course Mai soon realized that they still haven't told Mai that Hinata came back like she wanted them to, so they went to the cage tower before they started their time of fun. Okay then, so what should we do now? Hinata asked them after they quickly said hi to Mai. Well, I guess we can start off by just getting relaxed, so how about we go to the female-only area of a spa? I mean, I don't know about you, but I think a massage would be nice. And don't worry, all the massagers are female as well. So, you don't need to worry about a guy touching you. Unless you want them to. Megumi told her, but whispered the last part so only she could hear it. Course they all noticed the blush that comment. Wait, what did she say to you? Haku asked, curious. Nothing. Megumi told her, obviously showing that she did say something. Which of course started a whole conversation where they tried to figure out what Megumi said until they reached the spa. Plus at Spa Plus, all of the girls were in a square together getting their massages at the same time. Course they were all wearing nothing except their undergarments, seeing and towels so that their clothes didn't block the massagers' magic fingers. So, Hinata, do you have anyone special in Konoha? I mean, that dog boy seemed to like you. Mai asked, deciding to try and figure out more about her newest friend. Though Hinata went back to her old shy ways. Well, you see, for the first few years I was just a shy girl in our town, so most of the guys went for Narumi, who was the more outgoing person. Though after a while me and her became friends and she helped build up my confidence. Though now I don't date just because the guys that go after me only do it because they want to brag about being with Konoha's princesses, so I just don't want to date, and neither does Narumi or Ino either. Making us the next generation of the ice princesses. So, no, I don't have a boyfriend or anything like that. Hinata admitted with a slight frown. Oh, Sorry for asking if it is a touchy subject, Mai told her truly sorry. Nah, it is not a problem. I mean we did this to ourselves anyways. Nada told them, not wanting them to think that they did something wrong. Course she also blushed a bit afterwards. But it is not like I don't have crushes. Hinata mumbled, not realizing that the other two girls could also hear her. Oh, so who do you have a crush on? Megumi asked while both of them mischievous grins. What? Did I really say it out loud? Hinata asked, hoping she didn't. Course her hopes were ruined when they didn't tell her no. Now come on, don't be embarrassed, we promise we won't tell the guy. Mei told her, trying to get her to tell them. But what if you guys actually know him? Hinata asked, not really wanting to tell them. Just tell us. I mean we will not tell them or make fun of you for it, girl code. I mean how about if we promise, or else we have to tell you something we don't want people to know to blackmail us with or something. Just please tell us. Megumi begged. Fine, but you have to promise not to tell anyone. Hinata told them, then mumbled the name soft enough so they couldn't hear the name. You are going to have to repeat that, we didn't hear it. Mai told her. I said, Hinata said again, only a little bit louder. One more time. Quote, comma, single quote. Just a bit louder. It is your boyfriend, okay? I figured out my feelings and I like Naruto-kun. Hinata finally told them, annoyed, now completely red from embarrassment. Oh, so you like our boyfriend as? Mai asked, simply not showing any emotion. Why yeah, sorry, but after the time I had to think, I have decided that he truly is my first crush. Hinata told them, deciding to be completely honest. Oh, well we can't really get mad at you for it, seeing as he does have CRA implemented. But, thanks for being honest, and I promise I won't tell him, but really it is up to him whether you two get together. Thought I wouldn't mind having you be one of us. Megumi told her awkwardly. Really? Well, I guess I need to figure out how he feels about me then. Hinata told them, and then they basically talked about random stuff as they got their massages. Plus nighttime plus. Are you sure I can stay over, Mai? Hinata asked as she entered the guest bedroom of Megumi's apartment. Yay, it is fine, I mean even if you are trying to steal our boyfriend like all the others, you are still our friend. Megumi teased her, but noticed that Hinata took it seriously. Hey Hinata, calm down, I am kidding. She continued, trying to cheer the girl up. Man, for a future leader of a clan she sure does still seem shy, was all she could think as she watched Hinata quietly set up the bed to her liking. Well, see you guys tomorrow, Mai told them, then walked to the house she shared with her sister. Plus close to Mei's house plus. Mai was just about to enter her home when she noticed that someone was behind her. So, she looked behind herself quickly and saw Naruto. Naruto, you finished your mission, she said happily while she ran up to him and gave him a big hug. Course this just made Naruto chuckle a little bit. Yes, I finished the mission, and before you asked, yes, I did miss my girls. Though right now I should probably tell Mei that I am back. Naruto told her while she hugged him. Oh, well, she is not here right now, so how about we go watch a movie and snuggle while we wait for her to come to us? Mai asked him with her face never leaving his muscular body. Yay, I guess. So, do you want to watch a movie or something? Naruto asked her, which she didn't answer but instead just dragged him inside of the house. After they went inside, she quickly grabbed a romantic movie, put it into the DVD player, and jumped onto the couch where Naruto was and sat close to him. While it is nice to be with the girls, I do love my time alone with Naruto. Mai thought as she relaxed her head on him. Yup. This is the best, I mean I love everything about him, we are just perfect for each other. Come to think about it, we are just like the couple in this movie, Mai thought to herself as she watched the couple fall in love. Course what she didn't realize was that the movie was rated pretty high. So, towards the end of the video, the girl went over to the guy's house and had. Wait, what is this rated? Oh, man, Naruto is going to think that I am perverted or something for getting a R-rated movie. Though we are adults now, seeing as we are ninja now, no. Bad thoughts go away. But does it really feel that good? Mai continued to think as a curious teenager would, blushing. Course Naruto was blushing just as much until the video finally over. Well, that was interesting. Naruto told her awkwardly, still blushing. Yay, sorry about that, I guess I should check the rating next time. Though I wonder why my sis has a movie like this. Mai responded, rubbing the back of her head embarrassed. Which just made Naruto chuckle a bit. I don't know, but judging by that blush, you seem to have enjoyed seeing it. No way. Oh, really? Then why have you not stopped blushing yet? Shut up. Besides, I bet you liked seeing that scene too. I mean, sis always does say that it is all ordinary guys want. Sure, but since when have I ever been normal? You are right about that, but still, I bet that video turned you on. Mai told him, getting a sly smirk. No, I don't know why you are talking about, Naruto told her, blushing even more. Oh, yay, then prove it. How? I know, take of your pants off and show me. What? No. You know how your sister is about stuff like that before we are married. What if she comes in and sees me with my pants off? She will kill me, Naruto told her, blush just as much as Mai was. Oh, come on, she won't find out, just prove it. Mai told him, then jumped on him and then began to wrestle his pants off of him, only to find out that he clearly hard under his pair of boxer briefs. I knew it, Mai said as her face turned completely red when she realized that not only was she right, but she was right on top of him as well. Course she knew she should get off of him and try to stop herself, but for some reason she ignored what her brain told her to and just went on her basic instincts. So, she slowly brought her hand to the elastic of his underwear as if it would jump away from her if she moved too fast. Warning, Naruto, Mai-chan, what are you doing? Naruto asked her when he saw what she was going to do. No, Mai, remember we have to why. He tried telling her, but she completely ignored him and his fighting and quickly pulled down his pants and just looked at his. She stared at it, knowing it was the second time she saw one in real life, but it was just too interesting for her. So, she got closer to it and grabbed it to see it better and to actually figure out what one actually felt like. Course she was surprised by what she felt. Geez, it feels so weird, like even though I am holding it, it is still moving just under the skin, she thought as she slowly moved her hands on it, trying to feel every part of it. Though she got so focused on it that the sound of Naruto groaning out of pleasure surprised her. Mai, we really should stop before we go too far, Naruto told her, trying to stop them from doing something she might regret later. But she wasn't listening and simply continued. She just kept on stroking his until he couldn't take it anymore. Mai, I can't hold it in anymore, Naruto told her through a groan. What does he mean? Mai thought when he said that for a few moments until she felt Naruto's twitch and then spurt out streams of cum onto her face and shirt, leaving her blinking in surprise. So this is cum, she muttered, rubbing it in her fingers. I am sorry, Mai. I shouldn't have, Naruto began to tell her before she jumped onto him and started to kiss him passionately. She quickly began to lick the bottom of Naruto's lip, asking for entrance, which Naruto, who finally decided to just give up on resisting, and allowed her. So, they began tongue wrestling for a while until they finally slowly split apart for air, slowly with a bit of saliva connecting their tongues for a bit longer until gravity made it fall. They then looked at each other with their lust clearly visible in their eyes. Then in a silent agreement they both began to take off all of their clothes until they were left completely in the living room, just eyes each other up for a few moments. But that only lasted a few moments until they got close together and began to just run their hands over each other. Naruto grabbed onto Mai's plump and began to play with them, making said girl moan out in pleasure. He then went to her and gently bit down on one of them, bringing even more pleasure to Mai. Course when he did this, his hands roamed down to her, where he squeezed a check with one hand and used his other hand to play with her virgin. Ah, Naruto, more, was all she could say, drunk off of the new feelings he was giving her. But eventually Mai pushed him away from herself, causing him to just look at her in confusion. Mai, what is wrong? Naruto asked her, wondering if he did something she didn't want him to. Nothing is wrong, Naru-kun, she told him lustfully, then sat down on the couch with her fluids now dripping onto it. I just wanted to get to the main event, she told him, spreading her legs to let him see how wet she was. Course Naruto just smiled at this and quickly went over to her and placed his at her entrance. Are you sure you want to do this? Naruto asked her, still worried about his girlfriend. Course she didn't answer him and simply wrapped her legs around his waist, forcing him to push himself into herself, breaking her hymen, taking her virginity. Course Mai then dug into his skin with her nails as she began to feel the pain of it. She would have screamed out in pain, but Naruto quickly muffled it by kissing her until she finally got used to him being in her. And it only took a few moments until she began grinding against him, giving him the okay to move. So, move Naruto did slowly at first until he began to get lost in the pleasure and moans that the both were having, letting out and sped up. Yes. Naruto faster. Mai eventually begged Naruto, who complied with her and pounded into her as fast as he could. You could clearly hear the slapping of wet flesh each time they met up, even through the moans. Though eventually Mai decided to be on top and made Naruto lie down on the couch, still embedded into her. She then began ridding him with her hands firmly placed on his chest for support, giving him a perfect view not only of their connection but also of her that were now bouncing due to the force of their love making. Oh god, yes, she said in pure pleasure that increased even more when Naruto latched onto her again. It didn't take more than 5 more minutes for her to finally clench down on Naruto's trying to milk out his cum, which he ignored and kept going, much to the pleasure of the still extremely sensitive Mai. And in the next few minutes she clenched down on him again, and this time Naruto couldn't hold it in anymore and quickly released his warm cum deep into her without a second thought. Then they just sat there, still drunk with the pleasure that their releases gave to them. But after a while Mai fell on top of Naruto, breathing heavily with his now soft still inside of her. That was amazing, she told him after a few moments of kissing and after catching her breath only to get Naruto to only slightly move his head in agreement. Then they both fell asleep on the couch without a care in the world. End plus. Which only lasted for an hour or two when they woke up to the noise the door was making when someone was trying to open it. Crap, we forgot that Mai is coming. Mai whispered, starting to get worried about what her sister might do if she caught them like this. So she quickly tried to clean most of the fluids that the couch gained throughout the night off with her cloths. Then they both ran into Mai's room just in time to hear Mai finally open the door. Mai, I am home, Mai called out, surprised that the living room light was on but no one was in it. Where is she? Mai wondered, seeing as the rest of the house's lights were still off. Course she eventually heard movement from down the hall and noticed that Mai's room's light was on, so she opened the door, not really caring for her sister's privacy. Oh, sorry sis, I didn't realize you were home yet. I was just changing into my sleep clothes. Mai lied, then casually looked at the bed that Naruto was now hiding under. Yay, that is fine, Mai told her simply, then sat down on Mai's bed and let out a heavy sigh. I think we need to get you a new bed or something, this is kind of stiff, Mai told her randomly, just noticing that it wasn't as soft as she remembered. Course now Naruto was now sweating because if she looked under the bed she would notice that he was there without his shirt on. Oh, never mind that, I have gotten used to it, Mai told her, sweating a bit out of nerves. But before I forget, Naruto came over to the door thinking that you were home a while ago looking for you. But seeing as you weren't here, I told him I would tell you that he has returned from his mission and will give you the report tomorrow afternoon or so, seeing as he wanted to rest before he got started on it. Mai told her. Ah, well, that is fine. Now I had a rough day at work, so I think I will just go to bed early. I just wanted to say good night to you, Mai told her, stretching her tired arms a bit. Okay then, good night, Mai told her with a small breath of relief, thinking that they got away with it. Course that breath was quickly held again when Mai began sniffing the air. Mai, you know what I told you about training in the house, even if it is night time, just go to the backyard training ground, it is still light up, Mai told her, causing her to sigh again. Yes, sorry sis, I just didn't want to go outside today, Mai told her. Then Mai left her room saying good night one last time. Yup, good night, Mai called after her, then quickly entered her room again. Man, that was close, Mai whispered to Naruto, who now quietly slid out from under the bed. Yeah, I know, but it was diffidently enjoyable, Naruto told her with a smile, then gave her a quick kiss. Night, he then told her, then began to walk towards the window. Good night, my lover, Mai whispered back with a small wink, causing him to blush again. And then he quickly jumped out of the window and went towards his house. Naruto only stopped running when he entered his house through his room's window and quickly lied down on his bed. Man, that was a good way to end the day, Naruto thought with a small smile, then fell asleep on his bed, happy knowing that he wasn't going to be killed by Mai, yet anyway. Course Mai was thinking about the same thing as well. The next morning Naruto quickly got up at his normal time, said a few words to his family and went as fast as he could to the meeting point Mai told him about during the movie. Though when he got there only Mai was standing there. Hey Mai, how are you doing? Naruto asked her with a smile. But she just looked up at him and coldly told him, sore. Which was a vague hint, but Naruto still understood what she meant. I am sorry, I just got carried away. Naruto started to explain to her until he saw her smile mischievously. I knew you would get all worried. I just wanted to see how you would react. She told him, near losing her smile. Oh, so you are okay then? Naruto asked her with a worried look. Sigh. Don't worry, I am fine. I mean, I am sore, but I am happy we finally took our relationship to the next level. Plus, I had just as much fun as you did. Mai told him with a perverted grin on her face. So, we need to make sure we have some fun again real soon. She told him with a glimmer of lust in her eyes. This is just the beginning, Naru-kun. I have built up my desire for you ever since my hormones kicked in, and you aren't going to leave until I am satisfied. Mai thought happily as she looked over to Naruto, who didn't say a word, seeing as he was frozen in place with a bright red blush and a bit of blood dripping down from his nose. Course, this just made her laugh a bit and was about to continue her teasing until she noticed that Megumi, Haku, and Hinata finally showed up. Hey guys. Megumi called out happily, getting a wave from Mai, but Naruto was still frozen up. So, Mai, being the kind girl she is, slammed her elbow into his stomach hard, shocking him out of his trance and out of breath. Why the hell did you? Oh, hey guys. Naruto told them when he finally noticed them after his freeze up. Plus, he quickly rubbed the blood off his face, hoping that none of them saw it. Okay then, so how should we spend the day now that we have our pack mule? Haku asked happily while she put her hand on Naruto's shoulder, making it obvious that she wanted to go shopping. Naruto began to pale a bit when he heard her though. Please don't let it be shopping. Please don't let it be shopping. I don't want to spend all day holding bags again, Naruto chanted in his head, because just like many other guys he disliked shopping. Yay, let's go shopping for a bit. I heard that Misery-chan's shop just got a brand new shipment. Megumi told them happily, and then they all began walking towards the shopping district with Naruto mumbling something about bad luck. Course the bad luck was Mai's, because the group noticed that Mai was limping a bit. Hey Mai, are you okay today? Megumi asked her, much to the confusion of said girl. Yay, why? Well, you seem to be limping a bit. Oh, I am. I must have just pulled something without noticing or something. Mai told her, blushing a bit. Oh, okay then, do you want to just sit out today or something? I mean, the best way to fix that is to just rest it out basically. Megumi asked, clearly worried about her friend, partial family member. Though Haku wasn't fooled. Really then, why are you blushing? Haku asked, suspicious. Well, it is embarrassing to say that I managed to do something that's stupid to you guys, that is all. Mai mumbled out, trying to avoid her suspicious look. Why? I mean, I am sure we all have already told several embarrassing stories to each other. So, why are you lying to us? And remember that I am a medical ninja. Haku told her, now suspecting why she was acting so weird, though she managed to get the rest of the girls interested as well now. Well. Mai tried to begin but found it too hard to find a good lie to use now that all eyes were focused on her. And eventually decided to tell the truth, even if it was embarrassing to say out loud. So, they all quickly went to a park to talk. Sigh. Fine, if you must know, Naruto came over to find Sis, and seeing as she wasn't there at the moment, we enjoyed a random date night while waiting for her to come. Though eventually that date night got really physically related, Mai told them, blushing just as much as Naruto was at the moment. Course, almost all of the girls were confused by the statement and were just going to drop it until Haku decided to explain what Mai said in one sentence. So, you had? She asked, but made it sound more like a statement than a question, causing everyone to blush when they realized that Haku was right. Even Haku had a small blush on her normally snow-white cheeks. Course, after they realized this, they all looked back at Naruto, slightly glaring at the bright red boy. How about I go and get us some food to snack on, okay? Naruto told them, then ran away from the girls that were glaring at him, making him nervous. Though as soon as he left, they turned back to Mai and began to ask her questions again. Did he force you or pressure you into doing it? Megumi asked, with a bit of demonic chakra being brought out by the anger that idea brought to her. What? No, we were just watching a movie and it somehow went to that. In fact, he actually tried to stop me because he thought we weren't ready. Mai told them with a blush that never left her face. And to make sure sis didn't neuter him afterwards, she mumbled out so that only she could hear it. Course the part the girls did hear calmed them down because they now knew that Naruto didn't force himself on her when they were alone. Oh, and guys, why would you even think that Naruto would do something like that? I mean, you have known him for ages now and you still think he is like what sis calls, the normal man. Mai asked them, then sat down on a bench. Course the girls realized that just because of what they thought of a normal guy, they instantly blamed Naruto for doing something wrong that he didn't even do. Which of course made them all a bit sad knowing that they scared an innocent guy. Yeah, you are right, I guess we will have to apologize to him later because we decided to jump to conclusions. Haku told her with a sad tone of voice. Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't have done that. I mean, all of us are either his girlfriends or soon to be one. We should have known him enough to know he wouldn't do that. Megumi added just as sad. I guess we all should apologize. Hinata finished for them, blushing a bit about the soon-to-be Naruto's girlfriend comment. Which was agreed upon by all the other girls. So, how was it? Haku asked, making Mai blush again. What? Was all Mai could ask, hoping Haku didn't mean what she thought she did. How was Naruto? Haku asked again, not caring about how embarrassing the comment was. She was too curious to stop even though all of them were blushing. Well, I don't really know because it was my first time, but he was kind and gentle when I needed him to be in the beginning. But was as rough as I wanted afterward. Mai told them, going into her own world as she remembered last night with a bit of blood coming out of her nose. Course all the other girls were bleeding a bit as well, imagining themselves in Mai's place until Naruto finally came back with several sticks of dango. Hey guys, I got us some dango, I hope that is okay. Naruto told them, then breathed in deeply through his nose to catch his breath from running. Though instead of smelling nature as he thought he would, it was drowned out by a sweet smell. I don't know where I smelled this before, but I think it was pretty recent. I guess they just got candy or something. Naruto thought to himself, then decided to ask them. Hey guys, did you have a treat without me or something? Because if you did, then it must have been pretty sweet for it to smell so strongly. Or did you just save some for me to try? Naruto asked, hoping he could try a new food. Course the girls were all confused until they smelled it themselves and came to realize what it was. Damn it, I actually turned myself on thinking about my life. All the girls thought, noticing how wet their panties felt at the moment. Yeah, sorry, we got really hungry, so we got some of that new candy that a vendor had. But we ate it all just moments ago. Sorry, Naruto. Megumi lied, hoping that he wouldn't notice not only the lie but her blush as well. Oh, Naruto then sighed, a bit disappointed. Anyways, enough talking, let's go enjoy our day. Mai told them, trying to get off the topic they were on. Yeah, but can you wait a few minutes? I need to go to the bathroom quickly. Hinata quickly told them, with all of the other girls saying they had to go as well moments later. And with that, Naruto found himself sitting outside of the public bathroom waiting for the girls to finish up. Inside of the bathroom, the girls quickly locked the door, went into separate stalls and pulled down their pants and panties, trying to dry them off as much as possible with paper towels and a bit of fire element chakra. Man, I can't believe all of us zoned out like that. I mean, what if someone came over to us and realized what that smell was? You know how embarrassing that would have been. Megumi told them, still blushing out of embarrassment. Yeah, we really made a mistake there, but that was only because you guys just had to ask me right then and there. But thankfully this wasn't like last night when we almost got caught by sis. Mai told them, slightly annoyed. Course all of the girls just stared at her for a moment or two and started to giggle a bit. Oh yeah, and how did Naruto react to that? Hinata asked, not knowing how Mai was. Well, he went extremely pale and then immediately did what I told him to hide from her. I mean, wouldn't you try to hide from someone that threatened to kill your chances at children if you did exactly what you just did? Mai told them, smiling, remembering how afraid Naruto was. Though quickly remembered that she was just as scared and stopped smiling as much. Yeah, I bet. Thought anyways, let's hurry up and get cleaned up so we don't keep Naruto waiting that long. Megumi told the girls, wanting to go shopping as soon as possible. Yeah, though perhaps we should just tell him that we all got turned on by the idea of him and us and just have some fun as well. Haku told them, already planning how to get with him without looking too desperate. Haku. Mai called out to her, blushing. What? You know it is true, I mean we all know that he is the one for us. Well, maybe not Hinata, seeing as she hasn't really talked to him much. Haku told them in a defensive tone. Which of course made the others stop talking because they knew that they felt the same way. Course after their conversation they quickly left the bathroom and went over to the now sleeping Naruto. Hey Naruto, Mai whispered in his ear but got no response, wake up. She then yelled into his ear making him jump in surprise, making all the people around him laugh a bit. Not funny. Naruto growled at them in annoyance while still holding his injured ear. Yay it is. Megumi told her boyfriend that was glaring at them for a few moments while they laughed at him. Though eventually they stopped laughing and just went off to get some shopping done, dragging him along with them while he was still glaring at them. Though his glare lost the anger it had at first. Plus a while later, shopping district plus. No. Naruto told them firmly. Oh, come on Naruto, it would look good on you. Megumi told him, holding up a black Anbu-style uniform while the other girls were behind her nodding their heads in agreement. What don't you get about my nickname? Being the White Fox. Naruto told her, still not wanting the outfit, seeing as his large ceiling scroll already was starting to get filled with his girl's stuff mainly. Though he did grab a few things that he found interesting as well, though not nearly as much as the girls who seemed dead set on spending all the money they saved up from their earlier missions got today. Megumi-chan, Haku-chan, why are you spending all of your money now if you have to pay rent by yourselves? Hinata asked with her shy side showing up again. Oh, don't worry about that, our landlord is very kind and for some reason barely has us pay anything most of the time. Actually, come to think of it, you should buy something like an apartment complex as well. So you can get started on making a place for your soon-to-be created clan. I mean, with 50% of the seal profit that Yoshi Market gives you, probably should be able to get one. Haku told them happily, then went back to looking at a brand new snowflake necklace from a jewelry stand. Course Mai took this moment to get closer to Naruto and whispered a question into his ear. Don't you think that you should tell them already? No, they don't need to know right now. Just let them think that it is someone else so they don't think they need to repay me or something. Naruto quickly told her, just as quiet. Yay, but what about the clan compound? You know she is right about you needing to make a clan home. Mai, it is a 4-story building. I have all of the things planned out and the top 2 floors done that are under construction until I actually need them. Plus, the other 2 floors are practically done as well. Naruto told her and she just nodded to him and went back to shopping. Though seeing as it was getting close to lunchtime, Naruto and Hinata volunteered to go find a restaurant for all of them to eat at, leaving them alone with each other for several moments where they just sat down and enjoyed each other's company. So, Hinata, how is your life back in Konoha anyways? Naruto asked her, deciding to try to make a conversation start up. Yeah, it is fine, I mean I get to help train my sister for the ninja life and Narumi and the rest of the group are still doing good. Hinata told him happily. Oh, really, but how is your life there? Naruto asked her, making her blush. Well, I am well on the way to become a next generation ice princess. Which basically means a girl that doesn't date perverted people, or any guy in general. Though I kind of have a problem with that plan now though. Hinata told him, blushing even more. Huh, why? Naruto asked her, curious. Well, I kind of got a crush on someone, Hinata told him, blushing a bit. Though I don't know if he likes me back. Hinata told him, looking a bit depressed about the idea of liking someone that doesn't her back. Oh, I am sure that they will like you. I mean, you are nice, pretty and a strong kunoichi, who wouldn't want you? Naruto told her, making her blush even more. Man, he may be a good ninja person, and pretty smart, but when it comes to feelings he is horrible unless you spell it out for him. How did Mai and the others get through to him? Hinata thought with a heavy sigh and was about to tell him who she liked, even if she had to force it out of herself, when an arm went around Naruto's shoulder. Geez Naruto, we leave you alone for only a few minutes and you already try and get another girl, what are we going to do with you? Megumi told him teasingly, actually hoping the two of them got together. She just couldn't wait any longer to eat, or else she would have let them talk. What? No, I wouldn't do that to you guys even if it is a girl as beautiful as Hinata, Naruto told her quickly, not realizing that she was picking on him. Oh, so you think she is pretty, you hear that Hinata? So, Naruto, what are your true feelings about her? Come on, be honest, we know she is a good person, so if you like her it is okay. Haku told him sweetly, trying to play matchmaker to fix what Megumi ruined when she only thought with her stomach. Course Naruto just blushed at this and tried to look away for a few moments, then noticed that all eyes were fixed on him, still waiting for his answer. So, he just sighed in defeat and prepared for what he decided to. So, Naruto calmly stood up, not showing any emoting, and walked around the table. Now thankfully the diner they picked was pretty slow today, so only a few people gasped when they saw what Naruto did. Man, I didn't know Naruto would do something like that. Naruto, did you really have to do that now? Sigh, I guess we should have expected him to do something to get us back for embarrassing him. Haku, Mai, and Megumi thought basically were thinking as they saw the scene before them. Meanwhile, the onlookers were completely shocked that one of their ninja, who was basically a celebrity for what he did for them, was doing in front of them without a care in the world. Course the one that was shocked the most was Hinata, who just stood there frozen in place with her face bright red. Naruto-kun, was all she could think before her brain basically shut down from shock. For there, right in front of every person in that store, was Naruto standing within inches of Hinata, kissing her directly on the lips before any of the girls even realized he was going to do it. Course he only stayed there for a few moments until he backed away from the shocked girl, who was still sitting right in front of the rest of their group. Course Naruto didn't do or say anything to them for a few moments until a small smile formed on his lips. I believe that answers your question. Naruto told them all, only loud enough for the three of them to hear, and then he shunshined away from them, leaving only a few bills left on the table and a bunch of shocked people.